Hey, hey, hey. Hey, guys. How are you today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back in full effect.
Why you holding your head back like this? Can you take a picture of yourself?
I'm on a live. How are you? How are you doing? Tell me where you're from. Tell me where you're from. So tonight, as we know, every Friday. Well, I try to do every Friday, but I think I did last Friday. Did we do last Friday? I don't think we did last Friday. No, we didn't do last Friday. I had an interview last Friday getting ready for the Overcoming Gathering tour, so I did not do it last Friday. But we're back this Friday. As y'all know, Fridays, hey love. So on Fridays, we do a live. We do one here and we answer questions, tell y'all stories, tell y'all different things. Y'all have your opportunity to kind of talk back with me back and forth, and we can have really good dialogue. So this is a time that if you have any question, it doesn't matter if you asked it before and you want to ask it again because you kind of need just a little bit more clarity. Just make sure when you type it, make sure you try to make it as clear as possible, and also consider I'm going to give you a quicker answer. Because at the end of the day, I want everybody to have a chance to ask something. I don't want it to be fully just on you. If you feel like you really want to tell me your story, things like that, then set up a session. bit/I have it, or you can go to my channel. You can book for my channel. I have a one-on-one phone or video chat just like this. We'll do a video chat with each other. If you just feel like, please, I kind of just really need you to explain this, and I don't think a live is enough, or I just got more questions. So that would be great. As y'all know, I did not have any sessions this week. I kind of booked this week off because I went on a business retreat. In that business retreat, I went and did an interview to be on a TV show. So I was a guest telling my story, and then when I go back, I'll be working to be a host or co-host for a show. So I'm super excited about it. It's gonna be really, really good. You guys do not want to miss it. It's gonna be awesome sauce. So I've been gone for 4 days, so I've been really quiet. So y'all probably like seeing my videos of me talking about I'm at the retreat, or y'all see me at a house or things like that. That was the house I was in. I was in the mansion. It was so beautiful. It was like 21 of us in the house. It was a lot of women in the house, but we enjoyed each other. We really helped each other. I met some amazing women who got some bomb jobs, careers, who can help me and assist me, and also help and assist you guys, which I will have a lot of them come on and share different things pertaining to the monthly group. So this, as y'all know, next March 16th, we always have our monthly support group call. You'll get on the Zoom with us. You can show your face or not show your face. Yes, June, go get a snack because you're starving. So on the monthly support group call, what we're going to do, we're going to have a beautiful young lady come on. Is Dr. Parker. Mrs. Parker is absolutely amazing. I met her a couple of years ago when I was my first time being in. You are not getting that. So he tried to get a Pop-Tart, y'all. He know he only have Pop-Tarts in the morning. So um he threw my train of thought. He tried me. June tried me. So with that being said, I met her when I was in my first magazine, which is VEU magazine, and that's when I had first came out talking about what I do, all this stuff like that. So I met her there, and, and
Yes.
you gonna get yelled at. And I met her there, and she is a relationship coach, a certified life coach. She's also a doctor, into intimacy. Yes, you can have that. Intimacy coach, dating coach, love coach, any of that nature. So she's going to come up and talk about how to date. Also, she's a sexual education, sexual educator. Sorry, y'all. Sexual educator as well. So she understands herpes. Me and her work very close together before. So she knows exactly what I do. So she can kind of address what you guys are going through or questions that you may have. And she's also an ambassador just like me for American Sexual Association as well. So good. Y'all not just getting somebody who kind of just like, oh, I'm going to help you date, but don't know anything about STDs. No, that's not going to be the case. She knows a lot about it, and she's good at what she do. So make sure you get on. Men and women are invited to that as well. So don't feel like, oh, it's just for women. No, you can get on as well. Even my individuals who are in same sex relationships, it's okay. Get on. You'll have that opportunity to have somebody talk to you and guide you. Where you going with the yogurt? You think you slick? go back in the kitchen with that yogurt. So you'll have that opportunity too, because I know some people were like, well, I'm not in a heterosexual relationship. Can I still get service from you? Absolutely. You do not have to be. I'm very open. I talk to individuals who are homosexuals. I have talked to people who are in poly relationships. I have talked across the board. So don't feel like, oh God, I cannot talk to her. She's a Christian. She's not going to, be supportive. My whole thing is just because of what I believe doesn't mean I'm going to serve you. You're still a child of God in my eyes. I want to serve you and do the best that I can to help you. I don't want anybody to suffer with this. And if you choose to do what you do, that's what you do. But I'm going to love on you because that's my job. So I don't want y'all to ever feel like, I'm going to make you feel any type of way or anything like that. No, I'm going to serve you. That you're coming to me for a service, I'm going to give you that. Now, if you ask me some questions, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm here to serve you. I cannot allow my belief to fall over on you. That's not my job. That's not my place. So I don't want anybody to ever feel uncomfortable coming to me. If that is your sexual origin, that's fine. Even for my individuals who are trans, I'm open. My whole thing is just be patient with me because I'm still learning the pronouns. So if anybody ever get offended about that, please don't get offended based off beliefs. My whole thing is, in my mind, I still identify you or whatever you decide what you want to be. So my whole thing is just let me know what you want me to address you as, and we're gonna go as that. Like I said, I know transsexuals as well, and my whole thing is at the end of the day, everybody make their own decisions, and I'm gonna respect it, and I'm gonna love on you. My whole job is to love on you, not your choices you make. I love on you. So with that being said, guys, there we go. If y'all have questions, I'm gonna give y'all time to kind of like start generating y'all questions. I'm gonna still ramble a little bit, but as y'all generate questions, I'll stop and I'll jump right in and answer your questions. So that's what I did. That's who I serve. As y'all know, my main service goes to African American women, but do not feel, intimidated or feel like, oh my God, she's being mean. No, I'm not being mean. I'm only serving what I know I need to serve. And I'm an African American woman, and that is what we're seeking out, is service from somebody who look like us. But if you are of another race, another culture, even have another language, hey, look, look, I'm okay with language barriers. We will figure it out. I ain't gonna lie. I will look up Google and we will communicate back and forth through Google. But I have talked to people in France. I don't talk to people who are Spanish. My whole thing is, if that's your first language, we're gonna have a hard time. But if it's your, it is your first language, but you do know a little English, I'm pretty good at trying to figure out what you're saying. If you need a translator or whatever, we'll get a translator. So my whole thing, I don't want anybody else to feel that way as well. I'm very international at this point in my life, and I don't want you to ever feel like, okay, I can't talk to her because I don't know good English. I talk to people from the Caribbean a lot. I talk to a lot of people from Africa a lot, and yeah, a lot of people's like, well, my accent's so strong. I can feed through that. I just have to listen. I'm an active listener, so I will listen to what you're saying. Or I ask questions like, can you explain that more? Things like that. So that's for my individuals who have family in Africa, have family in Caribbeans, people in other areas. You are open to reach out to me. I'm here to serve you. Like I said, if I have to get you a translator, we'll find you a translator that you feel comfortable with, and we will go about doing what we need to do to serve each other. But if you do know a little English, we will work with your English. Do not feel bad. Don't feel crappy about it. I have people send me messages all the time like, oh, my English sound bad. I can work through it. As long as that first letter and that last letter in the middle or right, I can figure the word out. Or I just simply ask you another question, or I'll tell you to do a voiceover so I can kind of hear you. So I don't want any barriers pertaining to me serving you. As y'all know, I am the STD Life Coach, and I serve African American women with herpes. But if you see fit that I can serve you, let me serve you, okay? Because I know so many people kind of get nervous, like, well, she don't serve me or she don't do that. My whole thing is I serve many. I serve many. Whoever want to, let me serve them, then I will, okay? So that's just a little key to all my new subscribers. Welcome, guys. Guess what, guys? We have 14,000 subscribers. 14,000. We at 14,000. To me, that's telling me 14,000 people have learned about herpes. That is big to me. 14,000 people have learned about herpes and constantly getting information. As y'all know, I have 230 something videos pertaining to herpes. God, this is huge to me because at the end of the day, my whole goal was to educate and to let us be acceptable to each other. I love that you guys will come onto these lives and share your stories or come into the post and be comfortable. It wasn't always like that. We have even reduce the negativity. I'm not gonna lie, I block a lot of stuff. So when I go through my thing, it's saying all this nasty stuff. I don't block it off of my comments because I want you guys to feel so comfortable to come onto my channel and say whatever. So you never know who come down the channel. It's like, oh my gosh, she going through it too. Oh my gosh, she going through it too. Oh my god, he going through it too. Okay, okay, okay. I'm not alone. So I just want to just give y'all a hand clap. Get a pat on your back that y'all feel comfortable and that we're making a huge difference, that we're impacting 14,000 people. Over 2 million people have watched these videos. I am so stoked about it. So I just want to tell y'all thank you for watching the videos. I thank y'all for loving on me. I thank y'all for encouraging me. I thank y'all when I send out emails that y'all email back. Like all of this stuff, like I appreciate it. Y'all just don't understand how much I'm trying to do to serve you guys, to make our journey easier as until we find that vaccine or that cure. Until then, it's no reason for you to suffer. And that is my whole standpoint. A lot of people is like, Belize, why you not focused on the cure? It's so many other people who do that. I got so many other people who that is their their area expertise, who already do it. If y'all remember Rich is amazing. Please follow Rich. He is doing the sending out the letters to the FDA and things of that nature. So make sure you find Rich on Facebook, and also you can find him on Instagram, and I think it's Penny for Your Thoughts. Yeah, Penny for Your Thoughts. And make sure you find him, follow him on Instagram, guys. Please, please, please follow him on Instagram, follow him on Facebook if you want to support us in this run to get us speed the process up for vaccination, or a simpler cure, or just the research, guys. We got to start somewhere, and if we want that to happen, we have to stand together. It's millions and millions of us, and my whole thing is you don't have to tell nobody you're doing, you just do it. And for my individuals who are on here and you follow me and you're not, and you do not have herpes, please support us the same way that you'll do it for HIV and breast cancer and March of Dimes. Same thing, guys. We need the support. So I would say if you have friends and family who support you, tell them, hey, please, like, I would love for you. Can I send this letter in your name? Like, my whole thing, can I just put your address on here? And we all send these letters out because it's very, 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 very important that we send these letters out. So what I would do is ask Rich to send me over one of his videos pertaining to that, how to send it, and then I'm going to post it on my channel. So that'll be a video that you guys can constantly go to figure out exactly what to do, how to do, and things like that. So I'll ask Rich that tonight so you guys know what to do. I know I put stuff in my descriptions because I understand we don't want to read all that stuff all the time. I put a lot of stuff in my description. So I'll just make the time to put it there. Okay, put it there. Anybody got questions? I'm waiting on y'all. I'm rambling because I'm waiting on questions. Come on, guys, ask questions, okay? As y'all know, Fridays is about y'all. Y'all know I'll talk, but I want you guys to interact with me. I had my people say hello, hello, hello. I say hey, but I want you guys to ask questions if you have one, okay? Or something you've been concerned about. Or just share what you have learned about herpes lately, or something you've seen and that you want to share it. Share it. I always tell y'all, I don't know everything. It's new stuff coming up. It's so much information out here. We're in the information age. So if I don't see it, share it with me. Okay. I would love to hear it. I will look into it myself. And then I will share it if I feel like it's really, really good information. Or I'll go back to my community, which is hands, and say, hey guys, have y'all heard about this? Because I like to make sure stuff is credible. I don't like to just talk about it just to be talking. I just want to make sure whatever comes on my mouth that y'all believe it. And I know y'all gonna believe it, and that is real information. You can find it on your own and you're like, okay, believe that's good information. Okay. So that is that. Okay, guys. So we're gonna support Rich in this run to speeding up our research. And then y'all gonna support me. As y'all always do, which I love y'all. Make sure you guys, as we know, we just finished the Atlanta Overcoming Gathering tour. So that's Atlanta is down. Now we're going to North Carolina. So if you're in the North Carolina area, South Carolina area, surrounding areas in that area, make sure you come out. We're going to be in Durham, North Carolina, April 26th and 27th. As y'all know, Friday is one-on-ones. If you cannot make it to the one-on-one but still want to do a one-on-one with me, then we will do a video chat on that day, okay, for 30 minutes. And then on Saturday, we have the educational day, which is absolutely amazing because the educational day is going to have somebody, your birthday in March? What? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I love birthdays. So we'll have somebody come out as well for the educational day. And then we'll also have, I'm sorry, that light. And then we'll also have, like I said, when that person come out, they're going to be somebody of your community who is very know their stuff. And we're going to have them come out and tell y'all the stats and stuff that you need to know in your area. And then I'm going to teach you guys how to disclose with the fun game, which is speed disclosing. So you'll be able to learn how to disclose, not in a fast way, but an effective way. Y'all will get a disclosure script, which I'll go into detail, giving y'all examples and kind of preparing you to disclose. A lot of you guys struggle with disclosing because you don't know what to do. I know y'all seen my video of I did not disclose to that guy. Like, y'all seen that video. If you didn't, go over there to that video. So, and I'll explain what I did and what I learned. I would strongly suggest do not have sex or kiss a person, especially if you know that's your outbreak, orally, or don't do it, any of that stuff. If you have, I'm not beating you up. I did it. I have done it multiple times. Okay. But I don't want you to go through the anxiety about it. It's really, really hard. It's really, really scary. And I just know I've been there, done that. I don't want you guys to experience. I'm here to assist you. I have enough videos to get you through, or you can simply ask me a question. But as y'all know, I do have the disclosing session that you can do for 30 minutes, whatever, and that you guys can take advantage of if you really want to tell me the dynamics of your relationship, and I can kind of help you with wording. A lot of us just struggle with wording. Or just confidence in what you know. And I'll help you kind of like, okay, if he asks you this, if he asks you that, if he asks you this, if he asks you that, you ready. All right. So, hey, Belize, hope all is well with you. Yes, girl, I'm good. Can you sue a person for giving herpes to you on purpose? If a person has an outbreak on the private area and they give you oral, can you get herpes? So I'm going to answer the first question. Second question. So, all is well with you. Yes, I am amazing. You know it. Just a little sleepy. I see them bags under my eyes. Can you sue a person for giving herpes to you on purpose? Yes, you can. The thing about it is, you're gonna have to find the laws in your area. Many states do not prosecute a person for herpes, but if it's on purpose and you can prove it's on purpose, which you have in text messages, voice over, like voice emails, things of that nature, then okay, you can show that to a lawyer. So number one, knowing for a fact that it was on purpose, so you have documentation. Number two, finding a doctor, finding a lawyer to take it. Now, many lawyers don't mess with this because at the end of the day, it's hard to prove. And then number three is you knowing for a fact that you did not have herpes prior to this person. And this is not to make you feel any type of way, but for you to have a solid case, you got to make sure that you have test results current. Okay, so yeah, I hear my mom. So you, at the end of the day, guys, you will learn. You will have to make sure you have to have test results showing you guys. Showing that you did not have the virus. So you need to make sure it's. Literally. You have to be solid. And let's be honest, that's not the case for many of us. A lot of us never been tested for herpes prior to this. So this makes this very, very difficult. Okay. Very, 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 very difficult, because if you only found out after having sex with that person and quote unquote, you get an IgG, as we know, I love to tell y'all information. If you have an IgG and it's positive, that means you had the virus for 12 to 16 weeks prior to that test result. So if that shows up, okay, we don't know if this happened years down the line, or you were just with him for 12 to 16 weeks and you end up getting from it. Nobody can determine that. And that's kind of hard to determine how long you had this virus. That's the only determination to kind of know an idea how long you had it is getting the IgG test. The IgM test, it fluctuates. That test is kind of up and down. 1 minute it say yes, 1 minute it say no. Now, if you do get an IgM test and it comes back positive, but your IgG comes back negative, that lets you know that this virus is fairly new, okay? Because at the end of the day, if it's old, which is 12 to 16 weeks pertaining to that test, then it will show up in the IgG as well. But you will see sometimes it's in your IgM and your IgG. Hey, not saying that it's not. I would just tell you, if you get an IgG test and it's positive, you'll have it for longer than 12 to 16 weeks. That's good. That's all you really need to know. Okay. And the IgM lets you know if it don't show up in the IgG that is positive, then this is fairly new. Okay. This is something I learned from somebody as I've been learning. Her OBGYN shared this information. Hey, I trust her. She the bomb.com. So that is what I'm going with as well, which is pretty true if you look at the test results and how they go about determining them. Okay. And then next one, if a person has an outbreak on the private area and they give you, if a person has an outbreak on the private and they give you oral, can you get herpes? No, sweetie. My whole thing is just because where they have their outbreak at, you must touch with your skin. So a lot of us believe when you have herpes that it goes all over your body. No, not at all. It's not. It doesn't function like that. Y'all are confusing herpes and HIV. HIV is in, it can be, it's carried through blood. Okay, it's not carried through saliva, it's carried through blood. Okay, so if you have blood in your mouth, it goes in through your saliva and it can be passed that way. Or body secretions of things of that nature, like pre-com, things of that nature. Okay. But at the end of the day, we confuse that. That's not our case. That's not our case. That's not our case at all. With our case, wherever you have your site, it has to come in touch with the skin. Okay, skin to skin contact. Now, if you do have herpes in your mouth, that person have herpes in their mouth and they have have an outbreak in their mouth, then y'all don't understand. Like when that opens up, it does have a light color or white discharge that can carry the virus. So if they have that in their mouth, the saliva can be like a small host, and if they perform oral sex on you, that is it is a chance that it can be passed that way. A lot of us been reading body fluids. The only body fluid they really are talking about is saliva. Now, if it's inside of the vagina, for example, like some women have outbreaks inside of the vagina, and what if they do not know they having outbreaks on their cervix? Then at the end of the day, it can come through their secretion. Now, it's a host, guys. That's something we got to also understand. So, that's the only way, truthfully. They got to have but for you, that's in their private area and they giving you oral. It has nothing to do with their mouth. Okay. I lack confidence in a homosexual relationship. Why are you lacking confidence, love? What is it? It's not about your sexual origin. What's the confidence about? Tell me what you're lacking. Like, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? As we wait on that, anybody else have questions? Please put the questions in the comment section. And please be clear with your questions so I'll be able to answer them and we don't have to go back and forth so much. I want to be able to answer your question right off when you give it to me, okay? Mommy. Yes, sweetie P.
What is that? What is that?
That's noodles.
Noodles?
Yeah.
It's hot, Mommy.
It's not hot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Tell me what are you lack confidence. Please talk about your confidence. What's causing you to lack that confidence in your relationship? Like I said, anybody else have questions? Make sure you put them in the comment section. And make them clear for me so I can just go right ahead and answer. Okay. Essence, did I answer your question, sweetie? I'm sorry if I said your name like that, but I don't know if that's your real name, but I apologize. But I need to make sure you knew I was talking to you. I just wanted to make sure I answered all your questions correctly. Okay. There's this cheese.
Yeah. What is that?
Cheese.
Cheese? What is it?
For how to start one, I'm new to this part of life. The thing about it is, sweetie, you're asking me a question and you're asking me to answer a question for your life. I don't know why you lack confidence in your relationships.
No.
I'm not in it. So you're going to have to tell me what you're lacking for it. I'm kind of unsure of what you're lacking. So are you lacking the fact that you're scared to get in one? What are you lacking? I'm kind of still confused on that piece. You're welcome, sweetie. So basically, if you want to start one, honestly, it doesn't matter if I'm going to kind of figure it out a little bit. If you're talking about starting one, my whole thing is homosexual relationships, poly relationships, hetero relationships, they're all the same, truthfully. Like, as much as we think they're different, they're really not. Communication is key. So my whole thing, the same way that you would tell for me, I would tell a man it's the same way you would tell a woman or a man a man. It's the same. It's no really big difference, but it's more important for you to get your confidence. The relationship don't have nothing to do with your confidence. You got to get confidence. That's you educating yourself. And you say, I'm new to this part of my life. If you're new to this part of your life, you're not ready to be in a relationship because you don't understand the virus. You need to take the time to learn it. You need to take the time to
That's mine.
yes, you need to take the time to learn it. I think it's based off time. I don't know if I can start one right now. Well, if you're not fully educated, then I wouldn't suggest, and that's for anybody watching this video. If you're not educated about herpes, do not get into no relationship. If you are having outbreaks back to back, do not get into no relationship. If you don't know if you ever had an outbreak or not quite sure, do not get into a relationship. If you're freaking out about having an outbreak, why are you in a relationship? Like at the end of the day, you're going to be in a relationship and then be mad because you feel like, oh, now I can't have sex or whatever. If that's what y'all choose to do, you're going to be upset because now I got into this relationship. They accepted me, but now my life suffers because I have the virus. It's only suffering because you really didn't take the time to educate yourself. I'm going to call you out. It's because y'all lacking. It's the lack of education. I would never suggest anybody get in a relationship without learning about the virus because you put your partner at higher risk when you don't know nothing. I'm not gonna lie. That lack of information can cause your partner can get the virus. And I'm not saying that they won't, but it's no guarantee that they will. But if you understand the virus and know your body and get how it functions, that the chances are lower because you're just way more aware. But if you're not aware of it, don't get in a relationship just because you want one. Get in a relationship because you feel like at this place, I'm in a good place. I understand my life and I want to share my life with somebody, okay? And look, a relationship is more than sex, guys. I'm going to tell you that now. Please stop getting in relationships for sex. Please. It's a waste of your time. A relationship is way more deeper than sex. Okay. Did that help a little bit? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if that helps you. Or you need some more clarity. If that's the case, if you need more clarity, I need you to ask the question a little bit more clear. So I can understand. Anybody else have questions? I want to ask a question to you guys. If you are in a homosexual relationship or a poly relationship and it's successful, just say you disclose, how did you go about that? I would love for you guys to share that for her. I don't help many people do it already, and I'm pretty successful with helping them do it because I know women and I know a little bit about men, so I can kind of shift on each side. But for somebody in that lifestyle, I would love for somebody to share that with her to kind of give her a little confidence that it's possible. Because I have some ladies who doing it now. Oh, you're a male. I thought you were a female. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. I talk to women all the time. Okay, so my whole thing is same. My whole thing is like at the end of the day, it's the same communication. It's just about communication. I would strongly tell you is just don't be in a rush to disclose. Like you disclose after y'all determine where the relationship is going. Like determine where the relationship is going. Get to know him and all this stuff like that. And see what he wants because he may not want a relationship. He may just want sex. And if that's not what you want, then that's not even a person to waste your time to disclose to. 2 more questions. If it's okay, where would the emotional of herpes of community if we keep hurting with painful outbreaks and no cure? Do you recommend, do you recommend if we have herpes if you have herpes having a sponsor without sex? Do you recommend if you have herpes having a spouse without sex? Girl, are you crazy? I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest. Are you crazy? Who gonna be married and not having? I'm sorry. That's crazy. I am not trying to make you feel bad, but I'm just saying that's crazy. That's saying be by yourself forever. Nobody trying to do that. I'm gonna be completely honest. Where would the emotional of the herpes? Okay, emotional of the herpes of community if we keep hurting with painful outbursts. Everybody's not having painful outbursts, baby. That's one thing I want to kill. Everybody ain't having painful outbreaks. And let's be honest, if you're having a painful outbreak, it's because you haven't learned how to manage your body yet. And that's why, and I'm so happy you talked about this. I'm doing a challenge now, no pain, no outbreaks. Challenge to teach you guys how to reduce your outbreaks and reduce your pain. Most people who have painful outbreaks have no clue how to manage them. And then they're stressing to the max and causing them to just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. And then on top of that, many people got a lot of other health issues pertaining to nerves that cause more nerve pain. So it's important that everybody's not having painful outbreaks. I know so many ladies who they have one and ain't nothing but a pimple and it don't hurt. And I know many. So my whole thing, everybody's not having painful outbreaks. So that's not the case because many people are just not bothered because they're not having painful outbreaks. But I feel like when it comes to a cure, it's not going to happen overnight. So my whole thing, what I can do is to help you manage your outbreaks where you're not having many and to reduce the pain on it. So then until we get our cure, then you're not suffering. So let's focus on that. Let's learn how to manage it so then you're not suffering until we get what we need. A lot of y'all are choosing to suffer until we get what we need. I'm sorry. That don't make sense. Why suffer while you can reduce it and then it's a little bit more manageable until we get what we need? I'm going to be honest. It's not going to be tomorrow. It may not be next year that we end up getting this cure or this vaccine. It just won't. It's going to require us to do way more. It's going to require us to do work that we're still struggling to do. I'm going to be completely honest. Herpes still is not on the map, y'all. Like, I talk to people in the state. They still don't bring herpes up because we're not making no noise. Until we make enough noise, then it'll put us on the map. But we're still kind of not on the map in the United States. I'm going to be completely honest. We're just kind of like we're suffering in silence still. So I would tell us we don't have to suffer in silence. What we can do is not suffer, reduce these outbreaks, and get to a place where it's not so, it's a little bit more bearable, or get to a point where you're not having any at all until we figure out what to do. And I ain't with that being in a relationship and not being married and not having sex. I'm sorry, nobody's gonna marry you and not have sex. I'm sorry, that's not realistic. My whole thing is if you get married to somebody, they're very much acceptable. They accept you and they understand the risk and they're not worried about it. Okay, do you believe people should disclose their STD at the start of the relationship? Absolutely. You don't wait until you get into a relationship to tell nobody stuff like that. You don't ever do that. That ain't right. You don't want nobody to do it to you. You don't do it. People got to make a decision if they really like you or not. And this will let you know if somebody really serious or not. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing if somebody decide that they don't want to date a person with STD. You got the absolute right, because many of us, before we got to this place, we probably wouldn't have did it either. Or we had to really evaluate what the STD was and how it could affect our bodies if we have any conditions or whatever. Or how would life be if they ever leave us. But at the end of the day, we just got to completely understand that when you get married to somebody, they're at a place of acceptance. Nobody just ain't just walking around and say, you don't want to marry a person just to be marrying them. I'm sorry. That's really not the case. It shouldn't be anyway. But no, you're going to be if you're going to be married, you're going to have sex. I don't know. That's not realistic. If you don't want to have sex or you feel like not having sex, then don't get in a relationship. Don't get in on, I would say that don't get in on marriage. Do you believe, okay. Thank you for answering my question. I'm going through a lot. Blessings. It's okay. We all going through a lot. You're not the only one, sweetie. You're not the only one. Don't even feel like you're the only one, because you're not. Like, I go through stuff too. I just don't broadcast it all and I deal with it and I don't let it bog me down. Because anything, you only got to do what you can. Everything else, if you can't control it, don't worry about it. If you cannot control it, I'm going to say this to everybody on here. If you cannot control it, do not worry about it. Do what you can. And that's it, and leave the rest to just fix itself. Sex is a wonderful thing. Yes, I agree. I did not know what STD infection rates are different for people receiving and giving the act. My whole thing is, for you, since you are a male, males tend to be asymptomatic. Okay, so that means they're having outbreaks and they don't know it. Okay, so a man to a man is going to be really, the risk is going to be higher because it's already high for men to pass it to a woman. To pass to a woman with one number that I found, which is very old, I'm going to be transparent and is way higher than this. It was 10% with no condoms, no antivirals. It was 10% to a woman. From a woman to a man, it was, with all of that, was like 6 to 8%. So just imagine you going to a man, now you're at, I don't know. That's the thing. That's the sucky part about it. We do not have any test results pertaining to homosexual relationships yet. So I will tell you 10% to a woman, which a woman is way more open to receiving an STD because of how her genitals are set up. But a man to a man, which you typically having anal sex and oral sex, I'm not quite sure, but I would think at the end of the day, it's going to be a little bit high because at the end of the day, men transmitting it, transmit. I mean, yeah, transmitting it to women is fairly high. And as we know, oral sex is very, very heavy. So my whole thing is I can't tell you the rate. That's the sad part. I really can't. And I'm sorry that I can't, but I really can't tell you that rate because those numbers do not really exist. So see, that's another issue that we're having now because if you're in a homosexual relationship, you're struggling to know what your rates are of transmission to your partner. The only thing I would strongly tell you is to tell your partner that typically if I'm not having physical outbreaks, you got to accept if I have outbreaks that I don't know any about. So I'm not sure if you have any outbreaks, but I would strongly suggest that you do a treatment of some sort daily to kind of reduce that. And I'm not telling you to take antivirus. You can do a natural remedies and things of that nature, but I would suggest you do that because at the end of the day, you have no numbers to kind of like, oh well, babe, but this. You really don't know, like, and that sucks for you guys. And I'm sorry for that, but this is where I need y'all to stand up kind of a little bit more to say, look, we need numbers. Can herpes be spreaded without outbreaks? My whole thing is, shedding is an outbreak, guys. That's what a lot of y'all don't understand. Shedding is an outbreak, and you will never know if you're shedding. A lot of people are like, well, tingling and itching is shedding. No, it's not. I'm gonna kill that. No, it's not. It will not. If you feel it, it's an active physical outbreak. If you feel it, that is just a symptom. Shedding is no. You don't know it's there. You don't feel it. You don't have no tingling. You don't have no burning. If you're having any of that stuff, you're having an active outbreak. Shedding. Yes, the second one, shedding. So that's when the virus comes to the surface and is active at the surface, and it can be passed on. It's contagious at that time. It can be passed on without you knowing. That's not 100% of the time, guys. And sadly to say, you don't know when that's happening. So that's the part that your partner has to accept. And this goes back to your question earlier. You're saying, should we tell before we get in a relationship? Absolutely, because you got shedding going on and you don't know it. And now this person can end up getting STD from you and they don't know it and you don't know it. So then they end up, what if, quote unquote, they end up having an outbreak. Now you freaking out like, oh my God, I gave it to him and I didn't tell him and I thought I was good. No, you need to tell them so they understand their risk. I'm hungry, y'all. You should be absent even if you don't know you are. Say that question again, Diamond. I'm not quite sure. Say that again. Rewrite that one more time. I just want to make sure I'm reading it right. Because I'm not quite sure what you're saying. So are you saying you should be abstinent? And are you asking a question or are you making a statement? I agree. I have not got an STD test yet, and I'm unsure if it would be positive as a virgin. My whole thing is just because you're a virgin does not mean that you have not contracted oral herpes. Many people kiss people, and just because. And let me ask you when virgin. When you say virgin, you had no penetration, right? Is that what you mean with virgin? Because oral sex is oral sex. When I think about virgin, I think no penetration. That's me. So if that's your view of it, then if you have not had any, okay, no contact with nobody. Okay, that's cool. That's even better to know. So you won't have genital herpes, sweetie, because you never had um any penetration at all. Your chances are higher to have oral herpes because if you ever kissed anybody. Okay, sex to you is not restricted to penetration. So are you having oral sex? Because if you're having oral sex, then your chances are that you could end up contracting herpes. My whole thing is we need to kill this thinking, and my whole thing is I say virgin as penetration because at the end of the day, you got to break something. Nothing. Okay, then, sweetie, the chances are oral sex. If you haven't had any oral sex, um, that's another way to get to get oral herpes. Then you probably won't have it. Genital, you won't have it because you had any penetration. But kissing people, if you ever kissed anybody of any sort, family members, things of that nature, you could have contracted it that way because it's simple kissing. Okay. Should you have sex even though you don't know you are for sure having an outbreak? My whole thing is then don't have sex. That means you will never have sex ever in your life. If you are okay with that, that's cool. But let's be honest, guys. Like in the world we live in, that is not happening with everybody. For me, I'll say this: I am waiting into marriage, but then when I get married, we doing it, like period. But and for other people who do not believe that, then that's up to you. But I just want you to understand, like your partner has to accept what you don't understand. So if you know your body good enough, you will know, okay, when I have my physical outbreak, this and this and this and this and this happens. Then I do not have sex when I know for a fact I'm having an outbreak. When I don't know is what I don't know. That's the part that your partner accepts. And that's what you got to give to them and let them accept that you cannot control. But you can do antivirals, which you can take, Valtrex or a cyclovir, or you can also do natural remedies, which is olive leaf abstract to help you reduce the shedding. It's reducing it. It's not eliminating. Remember, nothing is eliminating it, so it can reduce it, and then you can get to a point where you're like, okay, well, it's still happening, but it probably not happening as often. But I'm going to be honest, like I really want y'all to just stop worrying about shedding. Because, like I say all the time, stop worrying about what you can't control. Worry about what you can control. Because, sadly to say, more people are having sex when they're having outbreaks than anything. Because a lot of people don't understand their bodies. So, I will tell you, focus on what you can control, which is having no physical outbreaks. And then don't worry about the shedding. That's what your partner has to worry about. Put that in their court and say, you're going to have to accept what I cannot control. Only do what you can. I want us as a community to stop worrying about shedding. You can't really do anything about it. Like, guys, we cannot do nothing about it. But when I ask you how you can control your outbreaks, you be looking at me like, well, I don't know. Well, worry about what you can control. So for my individuals who are on here, and y'all hear me, I'm passionate about that because I really want to stop focusing on what we cannot control. Y'all focus on what you cannot think. You can't do anything about it, but take some medicine. That's it. And that ain't even guaranteed that it's going to stop it. So worry about what you can. What you can worry about is never having a sex when you have a physical outbreak. That you can stop doing. You can do that. And for my individuals who never had an outbreak, you just got to take time to learn and just accept that you may not ever have an outbreak. It's a lot of unsure situations with herpes, but you got to learn what your unsure is in your situation. Stop, and I'm going to say this, stop taking everything I say and everything you see everybody say and hold it as your life and your story. That's not your story. You need to just ask questions pertaining to your story, and then let me or anybody else assist you for that. Most of the information that I'm sharing or any other herpes activists or what you find online is general information. It's going to be very situational for you too. Like it goes from general and then it get real situational. So my whole thing is I want us all to understand you need to learn your story. You need to learn what your body do and then get help based off that. Not looking for taking general information and trying to apply it to your situation. You're going to get frustrated because you're not getting answers. You're not getting the answers. I know I've been in that situation. So you need to just get to a point where getting really comfortable with seeking out one-on-ones to get that information or go on here and but make sure you're being very, very clear on your situation so a person can answer it. Where are you going with that cereal? Take that cereal back in there. Nothing in the room, dude. I want to get retested, but my doctor said if you have it, you have it. No need to be retested. You can get retested. Just don't go back to that doctor. Why do we, and I'm going to say this, and this is no shade to you. Let us stop believing that it's only one doctor you can go to. You can nicely go to another clinic and get tested. You know, your doctor don't know. You ain't got to tell your doctor you went somewhere else. That's none of their business to know. You're doing what you feel like is best. If you don't feel like those tests was accurate, then go to another doctor's office, sweetie. Don't feel like, your bond and you're being loyal. You don't feel like they're being loyal to you. You don't feel like your test results are real, then go somewhere else. And that's for anything. If you don't believe your test results are right for anything, cancer, whatever, go somewhere else. I always say get second opinions. It's nothing wrong with that. Your doctor's just going based off what he believes or what she believes, and they don't want to go continue to go back and forth, and they understand it's trauma and continue to get that test result. It's traumatic. So they're like, well, you got it, kind of just learn how to deal with it. But if you don't feel comfortable and you don't think it's quite right, then go somewhere else. They don't have to know what you did. It ain't like they're gonna find out. Is herpes always active? No. Nope. It's not. Just know active physical outbreaks and shedding is active outbreaks. When you're not having neither one of those, it's not contagious. Yes, no food in the bed. That is that is for sleeping. It wasn't in the bed. He was going to go sit on the floor, but I'm trying to keep them from eating out the room because there'd be like crumbs all over the floor. It'd be irritating. Anybody have any more questions? Good questions though, guys. Really, really good questions. I'm happy y'all asked them. Y'all know, and for anybody who just following me, I don't want y'all to ever think I'm being mean to y'all. I never want y'all to feel like I'm angry or I think what you asked was stupid. Don't always look at my face expression. I just be thinking to myself, I don't want you thinking that. I don't want, like, when I scrunch my face up, I want you to say, I don't want you thinking that, because that's not the case. And for me to think, darn, they think that, oh crap, I need to kill this because I don't want them thinking that. That's another myth or another stigma on top of what we're already dealing with. And I know other people watch these videos, so I've been wanting to know y'all serious, like, no, that's not true, or no, don't do that. Like, I just want y'all to understand my emotion behind it, and I never want anybody to feel offended or think I'm offended by anything. I'm not. Or any questions that y'all might have. So ask your questions. I never want anybody to feel less than or feel like, oh my God, I shouldn't have asked that question. No, no, no. Or you see my face was like, well, I'm not answering that question because Belize's gonna think I'm stupid. No, that's not the case. I want you to always ask questions, but I want y'all to understand that y'all questions catch me off guard many times. I'm like, oh my God, they're really thinking that. So okay, if they're thinking that, I need to talk about this and I need to go back and talk as much about it because y'all help me realize what y'all are thinking. Like I'm not thinking a lot that y'all thinking anymore because I have came so far with this virus. So to hear it from individuals, different individuals, like, oh wow, this is what they're thinking, this is something they read, or this is their thought process. How can I help kill that? So they won't continue to think that. Okay. And don't let that even fluster in other people or grow in other people. So yes, I'll give y'all some like what you talk because I want you to be like, no, I ain't gonna take on that thought. I want nobody to think on that thought. Condoms 100% always. No, condoms are not 100% for nothing. You got to remember that condoms only protect you so far. It does reduce because it's skin to skin contact. But for women, we got to completely understand that. And I'm going to speak for women. I know you're a man. I'm going to come to you in a minute. But for women, we just got to understand that condoms only protect going into the cervix. After that, I mean, going to the kind like after that, like, what can you do? Hey, sweetie, what can you do? Like, everything out of his pubic hairs, his thighs, all that skin around it is exposed. And for you, for a well, it's only covering your penis. Outside of that, you still got all this open area. And if you're not having your outbreaks on your penis, and you don't have to worry about that because at this point, chances are you don't have the virus. But at the end of the day, like for a man, homosexual relationship, man on man, you gotta understand if you gotta understand where you're having your outbreaks at, because a condom is not going to keep him from getting it if you have any of your pubic hairs on your thighs or anything like. It's not going to keep him from getting it. Now, for my women who are, I don't know if you want to call yourselves lesbians, but if that's what you want to call yourself, you gotta understand that her body, you gotta know where her have her outbreaks at. Because for women, we can have it on the lips, we can have it in pubic areas, we can have it on the outskirts, we can have it in an anal area. For my men, guys can have it on their anus and things of that nature. So you just got to know where that person had that outbreak at and just understand that the protection is not going to always be 100% depending on the location of that outbreak. Okay. Not for prevention, but to use them as much as possible. Oh, absolutely. Like my whole thing is condoms are to help you reduce, reduce contracting STDs. I would never tell you guys to not use condoms. Yes, use condoms. Like that's what they were made for, to protect yourself. Especially if you're in a relationship. I would tell anybody, if you're in a relationship, until you fully trust that person with your life, and their sexual history, and that y'all are good, but just know we're living in a world, and this is not to scare you, but we're living in a world that some people are living double lives, or then they're just cheating real good, and you don't know it. So my whole thing, when you get an inkling that it's something going on in a relationship, or you feel like your partner is cheating, I would really suggest go get tested. Number one, communicate that I'm having a feeling that you may be doing something. I'm not accusing you, but since I'm having this feeling, just comfort me to that we can go get tested. Just comfort me that we can use protection until this feeling goes away. And if they don't feel comfortable with that, then that's another eye raiser, because if I'm not doing anything and my partner feels like, I'm like, okay, babe, let's go get tested. Okay, babe, let's use condoms. Let's do whatever make you feel comfortable, because I don't know what made them feel that way. It could have been something that somebody put in their heart, put in their mind. So my whole thing, if you're in a relationship and you are being accused, my whole thing is I'm not telling you to be a slave to them, but I feel like they feeling something and y'all never had this issue, then just prove to them that you're not doing anything. And if they keep accusing you, then y'all need to have a real conversation. Say, what the heck are you doing? Like, because at this point, I'm not doing anything, and I'll prove to you that I'm not doing something. And you need to know the history of their relationships. You need a history. If they have always been cheated on, then they're going to think you cheat too. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna be so honest with people who ever been cheated on, have a hard time believing anybody don't cheat. Okay. So that's something that they don't have to tackle on their own. And honestly, you do not have to sit there and be bogged down with that, because it'll kill a relationship being accused. But for my individuals who never really had those type of issues, but your partner's just feeling an inkling or something, you need to have a conversation like, babe, why do you think I'm cheating on you? Is it something I said? Is it something I did? Is it my behavior? And also you taking the time to change it. Because my whole thing is just saying I ain't did nothing. It's not good enough, because at the end of the day, you made your partner feel uncomfortable about something you have done, or they seen this behavior before and that person was cheating. So this is the time that y'all can talk more about their history, because yeah, you go into relationships all the time and you still don't know everything about every person they ever been in a relationship. So it's very important to talk about stuff, and when things come up, to kind of ask them, so what happened in your past that made you feel that I'll do that? Or what behaviors that I did to make you feel that, I was doing that? And there's nothing wrong with asking that. So y'all can have some good dialogue of what's going on and how y'all communicate from then on in our relationship pertaining to those actions, and what you're going to do and what that person's going to do to kind of make sure they're not accusing you, but also you taking an initiative to kind of change for them to feel comfortable too. If you love a partner, y'all make sure y'all do things to serve each other. It's not about one person and what they do. I ain't doing that. I ain't cheating. I ain't doing nothing. Well, then you don't want a relationship, because at the end of the day, if a partner feel uncomfortable, you need to make the changes for your actions so they feel comfortable. And that doesn't mean you're always doing something, but you got to cater to some of your partner's insecurities, because at the end of the day, it takes time for them to heal. It don't happen overnight. It just don't. And if you choose to be with somebody who's been cheating on a lot, or been like a lot stuff have been happening to them, you're gonna have to be very, very sensitive and be patient with them. I'm just being honest. You're gonna have to. Did not think about pubic hairs being able to contract STDs. My whole thing is not in the pubic hairs that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the skin. I'm talking about the skin. It's skin right there, guys. A lot of people, let's be honest, a lot of people shave now. Most people do not have pubic hairs like that anymore. Most people shave. So that's bare skin. You are strong. When I got there, I was at a 1.0. I was very sad. That number is real close, babe. A 1.09. Yeah, a 1.09 lets you know you have a virus. You're right at the cuff. You're right. Go get tested again. Go get tested again. I will. Your number is too close to the line. And you have the right to be sad, but I would get tested again. Shaving is a hassle. Trimming is enough. I feel you on that. I don't like shaving either. I'll trim. That is so sweet. That's me too. I like that. You should make that a shirt. Shaving is a hassle. Trimming is enough. Oh, you made it. That'll be a cool shirt, especially for dudes who like beer games. I'm serious. Like, somebody better take that. That thing is on point. If y'all don't, I will. I'll send it to the men with beards. I'm gonna screenshot it. You better take it, because I'm telling you, Don't be mad at me when y'all see me walking around with a selling them shirts. That'd be a cool shirt for my men with beards. Okay, I just started watching your videos not too long ago, and I'm just diagnosed with herpes, and your videos have really been helpful. Yay! I'm happy they serve you, sweetie. That's the whole purpose. Make sure you subscribe so you won't miss videos, but got a lot of videos, so you got so many you can go through. You're not alone. Everybody, well, not everybody on here, but many people who are on this live have herpes, so you're not by yourself, sweetie pie. Any more questions, guys? We're rolling up on an hour. We got like less than 5 minutes, and then I'm going to jump off here. I don't like my videos being super long. Or my lives, anyway. Because people want to listen, watch them, and I don't, I consider you guys sitting there watching a long live. Even though some people will, and I respect y'all for that, but I try to be helpful. And so I'm very sensitive to shaving, so Nair is the business. Yes! I don't like the smell of Nair. It's better than it used to be. It still smells like raw eggs to me. I have to go. Thanks for the information. All right, sweetie. See you soon. Why is this virus not curable? Just because I ain't did it? There ain't no reason why it couldn't be. Now, that's one thing I'll tell y'all. This virus is in the nervous system. So you're going to have to learn how this nervous system works, and it's just not as easy as it seems. But my whole thing is, honestly, I want to say why that, to me, I believe why it's not cured. It's because we haven't did anything to prove to them that we want it. That's just my mindset on it. I just noticed that in our community, we want a lot, but we're not doing nothing. HIV literally have some of the best medicine right now. They have PrEP and everything, guys. Like, it's so much going on for HIV, but just think about the decades of their hard work. You know how many people died, how many people suffered, and before they got to that point. And we just got to do more. And that's why we're going to support Rich and what he's doing in his campaign. And if you just contracted herpes, please watch the videos. They're helpful. It gives you some courage. If you are an individual who have herpes, just found out you have herpes, but you have a lot of questions and you want me to work with you one-on-one, make sure you do a session with me, bit/I have it. You can do a one-on-one phone or video chat conference with me. And if you did not hear that, it's bit/I have it. Or you can go to my main channel page and you can book at the top. It say booking. It's right there. You can book it. Or if you're on my Instagram, you can book for my Instagram. And I'll be open for sessions next week. I'm opening the schedule back up. Well, the schedule is already back up. So if you want to book now, you can go book it. And also, I'm offering coaching, guys. So if you want to do one-on-one coaching for a month, you can do that, or 2 months where I will work with you and we'll do a custom plan for you. Kind of work you through. So what you eating? Some spaghetti. Homemade spaghetti. So my mom makes spaghetti sauce. We don't eat regular spaghetti sauce no more. We'll grind up our own, puree our own spaghetti sauce. And then we'll eat spinach pasta. And then she put some beef in here. I'm not even a beef eater because beef takes too long to break down. But I'm pretty hungry today, so I'm just going to eat it. I didn't think about it. I don't like it because it's so thick. My Instagram is Belize.Spivey. If you put Belize in, I'll pop up. There ain't too many Belize's on Instagram. If you do, you'll see probably my other old business page because I did It Works. But I'm Belize Spivey. You'll see me on there with my rebranded herpes shirt on. How much you charge for a one-on-one session? It depends on what you're getting. My most popular session is the 1 hour session, and that's the overcoming session. That is 45. And then I have disclosing session, which is 35, and that's for 30 minutes. Then I have 20-minute sessions. That's 25. You be for 20 minutes. I have couple sessions. That's an hour. That's for two individuals on the phone. That's for 60. Then I have explain your results. You know, usually like, girl, that doctor didn't explain crap. I'm confused. That's 15. I mean, that's $10 for 15 minutes. You'll send me over your results, and I will get on the phone with you.
Mm.
1 second, and then I'm sorry, I'm blanking. What else I have? I have in person. If you're in Atlanta area, all my Atlanta folks run the A. I do in person ones. Those a little bit more costly. That's 85. The in person ones. That's for an hour in the office. And then I do like the coaching. So the coaching starts at I don't remember what my no, you cannot have that. I think my coaching starts at like for a week because I think it's an hour and a half. I think can't remember, y'all. Don't quote me on that coaching one. Um, I gotta clarify it because I think I was upping my time on that coaching because an hour is not enough when I'm doing coaching. So don't worry about it. I'm gonna move it up to an hour and a half, and it's 65 for 65 a week for a month, and I think it's 85 a week for 2 months. And we're gonna do a session a week. Yes, baby, you can have it. And that's it. That's my prices. They're very affordable. For my coaching sessions, I do payment plans. So don't feel like, oh my God, I can't afford that. I do payment plans for you guys for that. If you do not have the finances, and I'm going to say this because I have many individuals who kind of just like, but at least I don't have the money. Take advantage of all that I offer. I offer a lot of you guys, a lot free. Take it. Like my whole thing is you have your opportunity to get on the live here. You got your opportunity to get on my live on Instagram, which I didn't do yesterday because I was still coming home from the retreat, so I did not do it. You have, if people ask me questions in DMs, I will limit my time in DM. I'll tell you I'll only do 2 questions. Two. Don't be getting mad at me. I only doing 2 questions in emails, anything. I'm going to shift you to a call because I'm going to be honest, y'all. I'm super busy. I get all these messages in my inbox. I get all these, like my Instagram be filled, my Facebook be filled. I mean, I'm talking about my personal and my business, and folks be all up in my inbox. On top of going on my website and going through there. So just know it's only one of me. So just know I'm going to only answer 2 questions, and they're going to be precise on what you need. But if I know you need more, I want to tell you.
Can I take his hair off?
You can't take his head off. You can't take the hair off. No. That's just a head that go into a piece. So don't feel like, oh, Belize is not answering all my questions. I have to serve many. I got to serve many, so I can only answer 2 questions. But I tell y'all, if anybody on here have done my one-on-ones, my people on one-on-ones are the truth. They are the truth. Where do you say go to sign up for a session? So if you want to sign up for a session, it's bit.ly/I have it, all caps. I wish I can post on here, but YouTube don't give us the option to kind of chime in with you guys. I wish I could, but I can't. Or you can go to my channel. You can go to my main channel page, and it's a little like button at the top that say booking. You're welcome, sweetie pea. So I kind of just want to let y'all know everything I do. That's all I offer. Now I'm telling y'all this, I got a passport now. If you are in another state in another country. Y'all have conferences pertaining to sexual health. If you want me to come speak to your group, speak to your organization, speak to your clinic, anything, I am up for speaking engagements. My calendar is starting to fill up, but I would love to get to other states, other countries, if you see fit that I can serve your community or your group or your organization or just your group. Just people that you know that just my information or my presence will be beneficial to them. Please let me know. We'll work out all the details, traveling details, and everything like that. We'll go based off that. And for my individuals like Belize, what you charge? We'll talk. That's my whole thing. I like to do one-on-ones pertaining to things, to kind of see what you're offering and things like that, and we'll go about that for that way. You can get it. And we'll go about it. And you can reach out to me for booking at overcoming the stigma. Where you going? Okay. Overcoming the stigma at gmail.com. And then in your title section, just put speaking engagement. And we'll go from there. Sweetie, I'm about to be in Huntsville. I come to Huntsville in May. Come to Huntsville. That's all right. Come to Huntsville. I come to Huntsville in May. They give you time to kind of plan. Anybody in Alabama? Huntsville is where I'm going to be at. So plan accordingly, and that is in May. Yay, I get to see you. Huggies. Any more questions, guys? All right. Since we don't have any more questions, I love you guys. I hope this was so beneficial to you guys. Always make sure you give me feedback. You can comment below to kind of tell me, like, after this go off, comment and let me know what else y'all want to hear. I'm pretty creative. Y'all know I'm pretty creative about what I talk about, but I love to hear more of what y'all want to hear or something that's more beneficial or a little bit more clarity on. Y'all, I don't mind doing quick videos, just to give clarity on some different things. So if that's not a problem, I will do those because I know a lot of people ask me certain things. But if you're just like, oh, Belize, can you do just like a 10-minute video on this or a 5-minute video on that? I'm willing. I'm very willing. Don't ever feel like you're out the way to say, Belize, can you just do a shorter video on this? Because I think I'm gonna do a shorter video on the blood test because it's long and it was a live, I believe, because some people are getting very confused. So I'm going to probably break down the IgM and then turn around and break down the IgG so you guys can have a little bit more clarity. So it's like at least 20 minutes to 30 minutes at max that I kind of like explain it and you get it, compared to trying to get all that information. I'm answering questions all in that. It can get really confusing. Especially if I don't read the question out of what I'm talking about. That can get a little confusing. So y'all just let me know what y'all may want. That like any of my videos that y'all seen that are live and y'all want to break them down, let me know and I'm willing to do that. All right, after this video go off, just put it in the comment section. So I love you guys. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets for the Overcoming Gathering. I cannot wait to meet all of y'all. Like I said, I'll be in Durham, North Carolina in April. Then we're going to Huntsville in May, and then we're going to New Orleans. I can't wait. New Orleans in June. Then we're going to Maryland in July. And then we're going to Tampa in August. And then we're going to Houston in October. So if you're in the surrounding areas, plan accordingly. Plan accordingly. I would strongly suggest you plan accordingly. If you're looking to book and you're trying to stay because you're flying in or something like that, book accordingly. Do it early. You can always use booking so you don't have to pay for it until you get there. Things of that nature. But I'm excited to see you guys. And I'll be talking to you guys absolute soon. Make sure you get your tickets. You can find that in the community section that I post all the time. It's in there. Or you can go to my Instagram and you can find that as well. So I love you guys. And I'll be talking to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, hold on. You got a question. Good night. I love listening to you because you have explained so much for the last 2 years. I started following you. Oh my God, look at that. See, that made me feel good. That made me feel so good. For 2 years, you've been getting a lot of good information. Yes, God, you better. You better, Jesus. You better. I'm so happy you've been following. So you better come to Huntsville because I want to see you. I sent you an email on a question. Okay, cool beans. No problem. So if you want to email me, like I said, 2 questions, guys. Don't be getting mad at me. 2 questions. Overcomingrthestigma@gmail.com. Okay? If I feel fit that you need to get on the phone, I'm going to tell you you need to get on the phone because I cannot. I got to explain some stuff to you and don't feel bad about it. And y'all know I will tell y'all to do like a quick one, which is 20 minutes. And I'm pretty good at kind of getting to the point. So for those sessions, I'm serious about my sessions. Anybody did them? Y'all know me. On thebomb.com on these sessions. Don't sleep on these sessions, y'all. Um, and I just want you guys to understand I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I am getting busy. So don't be looking at me all crazy. But I'm trying my best to make sure I'm posting videos, at least 3 videos each week, and sometimes more. So be patient with me. Just let me know what y'all want to see, what y'all want to hear. If you're not a part of the No Break, No Pain, No Outbreak challenge, please go to the community section. The information is there as well, which is bit/I have it. No Pain Challenge, which first letter is all capital. So no, N is capital, pain is P is capital, and then challenge. C is capital. But all the information is over there now. We already got started. We started today. I already sent out some emails, but you can sign up. It is through an email listing, so you have to sign up for the email listing, and then you get the information to get into the closed group. Not required for you to be in a closed group, but it will be beneficial to you. I'm going to say it will be beneficial, but if you just want to do the emails, that's fine, but you must sign up through the email to get the private. I'm not giving out that private group. You're going to have to go through there. So, there you go. So I love you guys. I see you soon. If you're a woman, make sure you sign up for the support group because that is available to you. And men, y'all know y'all can still reach out to me. And my couples, come on now. Stop me being scared. Let me help y'all. And we'll